All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle an investment category that, believe it or not, holds the most money in mutual funds, but is also one of the least understood. We're talking about debt funds. So let's kick things off with something we all know, something we all trust, the good old fixed deposit. And let's ask a really simple question. We think of it as the safest place for our money, but is it really? And the answer, which might surprise you, is a big no. Understanding why it isn't 100% safe is the absolute key to unlocking smarter and, frankly, more effective ways to make your savings work for you. Okay, let's dive right in. To really get a handle on all this, we first have to get on the same page about what debt even means when we're talking about investing. When you strip away all the jargon, debt is just a loan. It's really that simple. It's an agreement where you are the lender and some big institution, could be a bank, a huge company, or even the government, is the borrower, and they're promising to pay you back plus a little extra in interest. And what's kind of wild is that all these different things you hear about, they're basically all the same product at their core. An FD, a GSEC, a corporate bond, they're all just debt. The only real difference is the name, which just tells you who's borrowing your money. Okay, so here's probably the biggest myth we need to bust. We hear the term fixed income, and our brain translates that to no risk. But in reality, even that humble fixed deposit has risks, risks that professional investors are watching like a hawk. So here they are. These are the 5 big ones. And the crucial thing to remember is that all debt, yep, even your trusty FD, is exposed to these fundamental risks. Let's quickly break them down. All right, number 1, default risk. This is the one we all get, right? It's the simple, scary thought that the borrower just can't pay you back. And yeah, even with a bank FD, your money is only insured up to 5 lakh rupees. Next up, reinvestment risk. So picture this, your 6% FD matures, you're feeling good, you walk back into the bank to reinvest it, and whoops, the best rate they can offer you now is only 5.5%. That loss potential is reinvestment risk. And then, on the flip side of that coin, you've got interest rate risk. This is that classic feeling of missing out. You lock your money in for 5 years at 6%, but then just 1 year later, new FDs are being offered at 7%? You're stuck on the sidelines. Number 4, liquidity risk, is pretty easy to grasp. What if you have an emergency and you need that money now, before the FD is supposed to mature? Well, you can usually get it, but it's almost definitely going to cost you a penalty. And finally, we have what I think is the sneakiest one of them all, inflation risk. This is the silent killer of savings. So you get your 6% return, but after you pay your taxes, maybe you're left with 4.2%. If inflation is running at 6%, are you actually making money? Nope. Your cash is losing its buying power. So we've laid out all these risks, and you might be thinking, great, now what? Well, how do we actually manage them? This is where mutual funds are so clever. They organize debt funds around one really simple idea: your time horizon. And this is where it all gets super practical. The whole world of debt funds can be mapped out by just asking yourself, how soon do I need this money back? If it's less than a year, you want safety above all else. For goals 1 to 3 years out, you're looking for stability. And if it's long-term, well, that's when you can start aiming for some real growth. Okay, now we're getting to the really powerful stuff. This is the pro-level concept that fund managers use every single day to try and squeeze out extra returns. It's all about playing the interest rate game. The best way to think about this is like a seesaw. Bond prices and interest rates move in opposite directions. So if interest rates in the economy fall, your existing bond that's paying a higher rate suddenly looks way more attractive, and its value goes up. But if market rates rise, your bond is less valuable, and its price goes down. That's the core dynamic. And this right here, this quote, is the entire playbook in a nutshell. Fund managers are always trying to play this seesaw. If they think rates are going to drop, they bet on duration. They buy bonds that will get that nice price pop. If they think rates are going to rise, they focus on credit, bonds that pay a higher interest rate to cushion against that potential price drop. So we've gone through the theory, the risks, the pro strategies. But how do we make this actually work for us? Let's tie it all together with a super simple, actionable guide to help you find your perfect match. Seriously, you might want to screenshot this. This table is your cheat sheet. It's the practical takeaway from our entire chat today. It connects everything we talked about, how long you're investing for, what you're trying to achieve, and boom, it points you right to the fund category that makes the most sense. And look, for longer time frames, it even helps you think like a pro about where interest rates might be headed. So, at the end of the day, the big realization isn't that you should be scared of risk. That's impossible. Risk is everywhere. The real power comes from understanding it and then choosing the right tools to manage it on your own terms. It's not about taking on more danger, it's about taking control.